Remember back in the 80s when the only place you could watch boxing was HBO? Well, this isn't that, but we are going to put two bikes head to head. So let's get on topic. Hey everybody, it's Thomas with Get Out Arizona, and you are watching another fabulous episode of Toolbox Topic Bike Showcase. And today I'm excited because the first time we're doing two bikes head to head, not to be confused with tip to tip. That's something completely different and a different channel altogether. So once again, I'm at Trek Bicycle Stores of West Phoenix in Goodyear, Arizona. This is where the cool kids hang out, and me. And I'm joined once again by my co-host, Brandon Van Leuven. Brandon, how the hell are you?
Real good.
Real good? Did you study for this? Do you know all the facts?
A little bit.
Yeah. It's a wonder how this guy got through college. You're kidding. Oh, that's right. You were stunt double for Brad Pitt.
Yes.
That's it. Yeah, professors loved him.
I'm not getting my student loans repaid, so I got to do something.
Oh, good stuff. Yes.
Paid them off too quick.
Yeah, we should have waited, so exactly. All right, guys, we digress. So let's get started. Today, we're going to be putting two bikes, entry-level bikes, but they are at the top of their entry-level class.
Right.
And that's the Marlin 8 and the Excalibur 9.
Correct.
Yes. Brandon, let's start with the Marlin. Who is the Marlin for, and what type of riding was the Marlin built for?
Well, it is definitely, like you were saying earlier, it's just a normal mountain bike, all trail, but I believe that if you're just starting to get into racing,
okay,
and you maybe just tinkering with the idea,
okay,
you can buy the Marlin 8, you can take it on the racetrack, and it'll be just fine. It's got some great qualities to it.
Okay, which we'll definitely get to those.
Yeah, so if you're not super stoked on racing yet, you just want to try it, you can show up on the race line. And
people might laugh at you.
Nah, I don't think so.
Listen. This is the guy who plays pickleball. Don't listen to him. With fancy shoes. So, no, I'm joking, guys. All right, so now the Excalibur 9. Who is this made for, and what type of riding for?
It was intended, actually, for the entry-level racer that wants to get into it. The geometry, we'll get into the geometries actually later.
Yeah.
But this is more of a race platform than the Marlin is. But you certainly could take this, again, for the guy that just wants to get his feet wet in racing. Both of these bikes would be awesome. Both of them will work.
Yes. Yeah, and other than the different paint job, it's really hard to notice any dissimilarities between the two.
But there are some big differences.
Right, and we'll definitely get those. So let's start out with the price. And the Marlin 8 coming in at basically $1,300 plus tax.
Yep.
And then we've got the Excalibur 9 coming in at $1,900 plus tax. Now, obviously that's a $600 price difference, but we're going to talk why there is that price difference. So let's start with front suspension, Brandon. What's the difference between, or what front suspension does the Marlin 8 have, and how much travel does it offer?
It is a RockShox Judy on that one. It's a nice fork. It's air. It's got some incremental tuning on the fly with the dampener on there. It's a nice little fork. It works just fine.
120 mil of travel?
I think this one's a 100.
100?
Yes,
okay.
Looks like a 100.
If we're incorrect, you guys know how this goes.
It might be 120.
Comment down below. We try to be as perfect as possible, but we fall short sometimes.
They're 100s.
They're 100s, okay. And that would make sense because the Excalibur line has the Judy shock's been around forever. This has been a staple for RockShox, so tried and true as far as that goes. Okay, so now on the Excalibur, what do we have?
We go to a Recon. We go to a Recon. You know, between the two, the Recon might be a little bit smoother, a little bit better in tuning, but
comparable again.
That's not the reason I would try to sell you this bike.
The Excalibur. Okay. So might as well start with the rims and hub set. Tubeless ready?
Funny enough, we're tubeless ready. It's the exact same wheel set, exact same tires on both bikes.
Tubeless
They're
ready.
both ready to go. Trek did a nice job of giving you tubeless ready tires.
Okay.
So all you gotta do is toss that inner tube, get your sealant, get your valve, and you're off.
And you're good to go. Yes. Okay. Now, for those who don't realize,
on both aluminums, they're nice. They're nice wheels.
It's a good entry level set. When someone does the tubeless conversion really quick, that's what, 50, 60 bucks when you toss the tube and stuff?
Right now, the way these bikes are set up, you'll probably be paying only like 30 or 40 bucks.
30, 40 bucks
per wheel.
Per wheel. Okay, that's not bad. So kind of keep that in mind. I highly recommend that you ride tubeless. to add that additional monies to do the conversion. So when we talk about disc brakes, both of these have disc brakes.
Brakes are the same.
Brakes are identical.
Yep.
Okay, so it's making it easy on
the
you.
cockpits are both the same.
Yeah, I noticed that. Okay, shifters, now are the shifters the same?
You're going to get GX on the Marlin. This one's an XT SLX combination.
Okay.
Both 12-speed, though.
Okay, so this is going to have an SLX shifter with an XT derailleur. That's actually a nice little combination. That's a very nice combination.
That's all anybody really needs.
Yeah, even though we don't. We get the high-end stuff because we're bougie that way. So, all right, so now let's talk about the crank. What are we looking at?
Definitely the crank on our X-Cal is definitely more elegant. It's a Dior crank. It's a nicer looking crank in my opinion. It's a Holotech type. We're still looking at a square taper on this one. So definitely a big difference in performance and technology and weight savings on this crank set.
Okay. Now, neither one of these has a dropper post. And
dropper post.
Oh, this one does have a dropper post. Oh.
So right there, that's a fat reason.
That's a huge, big payout.
To spend that extra $600. This is one reason I would push someone to spend a little bit extra cash.
Now you guys see I'm fondling the side of this frame, but you can actually do an internal dropper on this one if you wanted to. It seems like it's internally
routed. The new generations are going to be able to. Is there a hole there?
Yeah.
Yes, you could.
Yeah. That's why I was rubbing my finger for the hole, Brandon.
No, it would be external.
It'd be external?
No,
okay.
It has to be external on these guys.
Okay.
You can go internal from here to the bottom bracket.
But then from there it has to go external routing. Okay. So if you did want a dropper post on the Marlin 8, you could have one. But it's going to be a little bit different. The PNG makes a great external dropper.
I was going to say that if we're talking about external droppers, PNG is our favorite one.
Yeah, I'll put a link down below for you for that one, guys. All right, so definitely the win for the dropper and the crank set. Now moving back, the GX and the XT. I've ridden the GX, man. It's solid. It's what I have on the rail. But I also have XT on my Salsa and the Timberjack, and that thing's been bomb-proof. So I think both of those are equally matched, even though on paper the XT is supposed to be a better group. But I've put both of them through hell and back, and I haven't had issues with either one.
That's fair.
So pick your poison on that one. Are you driving, a Ford on the job site or a Chevy? We know the answer, it's Ford. Joking, guys. Everybody has their preference. Now, cassettes. You said these are both 1x12.
1x12.
And are we talking an 1151?
1050.
1050.
And I believe a 1050 or a 1051 on this
1051 on that. Okay. So you get one more tooth on the high end over here. You got a 1050 over here, but those are something that you can easily change if you want to.
Yep.
And that difference is going to be negligible. Now, they're both clinchers. I noticed that neither one of these has a through axle, which is kind of.
We are going to get a through axle on the front of this guy,
but not on the rear though.
That is a bummer on this one.
That's been a source of contention with a lot of people with this particular bike.
Right.
At the price point and what it is, and it's supposed to be the high end of this series. You don't have a through axle.
On that one.
So keep that in mind, guys. You have to step up to
that's a down thing. While we're talking about
the super caliber from this to get that through axle.
Or the pro caliber.
The pro caliber is the
next one. You'll get through axle.
But this one we have clinchers front and back. But still, at $1,300, that's not unheard of.
Yeah.
Okay. And I mean, for this type of bike and everything, I'm glad they put the GX on there as opposed to putting a different one. Yeah, I could almost live with that. I would be riding this one differently anyways. So now let's talk about frame geometry. Frame geometry is important. We know racing frame geometry is going to be a bit more aggressive in certain areas as far as angle and stuff, where this one will more than likely be a little bit more relaxed. So tell us about the differences.
This is a more race-ready geometry on it. It's more aggressive.
Okay.
Slightly. We're looking at like half a centimeter longer in certain areas. More aggressive in the head tube angle, things like that.
Okay.
The big thing about this frame is we do get a lighter aluminum. We got alpha gold on this one, alpha silver on that, so it is a lighter aluminum.
Okay.
But really the big thing is we have a tapered head tube on this one.
And this one is not.
1 1/8 to 1.5 inch bearing on this one.
Right.
A much easier upgradable bike now because now we have much more choices in forks.
Right.
Better forks, lighter forks for this bike. And it is also a boost bike. It is a boost 141, not a 148.
Okay.
But it is a boost bike. So now we have a better stiffness, better better stiffness in the rear wheel.
So even with the clincher, the clincher in the back, the boost makes up for it a little bit.
A little bit, right.
Still not a through axle as far as that goes. Correct. So you're going to save a little weight over here initially out of the box than you will on the Marlin.
And let's not beat around the bush. These boys aren't light.
No, they're not
light. 29 pounds about
in
the medium for that guy.
Okay.
28 pounds about for the medium in this guy.
Yeah.
You'll be all right.
Yep, you will. Go poop before you ride, and you'll make up that weight.
But they're definitely not featherweights. You need to go to the pro caliber if you really want to get a light chassis.
And now I have to ask, I noticed, you get the plastic pedals on here. Did they ship with these, or do people need pedals right out of the gate?
These come with the pedals.
These come with the pedals, okay. So just in case, if you're just starting out and you don't have, get the helmet first, all right, and hydration second, and you don't have money for pedals, you can use these for the time being, and then get yourself a set of flats or clipless, depending on what. Watch the, I'll post it up top, watch the thing on pedals, so you can see all the differences. Huh? Yeah.
Nice,
So,
I like it.
All right, Brandon, so overall, these are very evenly matched bikes, okay? This is one of those where it's going to the cards, the judges' cards. Does it come down to riding style and preference, budget? I mean, what are gonna be the telltale signs of putting in somebody in the Marlin versus somebody in the Excalibur?
I've said this before, I'm so jaded. I'm so used to, the thing is, to me, going another $600 for a bike, it doesn't seem like a lot.
Right.
But perhaps for our average consumer, $600 is a big ask.
Huge. Yep.
It is, I know. But again, I'm dealing thousands and thousands of dollars bikes a lot of times. So I was like, oh man, just $600 more, you get this.
Yeah.
It's not that way for everybody. But if I can get someone in there, the benefits to this bike, you can have this bike much longer because it is upgradable, more easily upgradable than the Marlin, absolutely. So, man, if you can swing it, please go this way.
Right.
But you'll still have a great time. There's still great things about the Marlin.
Absolutely. Or if you know for out of the gate you're going to be racer, that's definitely the one. Save your pennies a little bit longer.
Right.
Pick up the Excalibur. Heck, is it the Super Caliber out there that you got out there? It's great, and I would buy it, but it's a medium, and I'm not a midget. I almost thought about taking it for a test ride too, just to see how it fit. So, but in that regards, yes, if you're a racer, definitely casual rider thinking about racing, this is the way to go.
Yeah.
So, all right.
So one thing I got to add about this bike.
Okay, add it.
I always got to add something I don't like about these bikes.
Okay.
So one thing I don't like about this is supposed to be a race bike, an entry-level race bike. Yet, and you guys got to know this, they put a kickstand mount on it, and they put rack mounts on it.
I know the rack mounts, which you talked about it before, which kind of defeats the purpose. Why would you have that on a race bike? But
I hate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Marlin is cool with that, but this one, just so you know, just so you don't come in, it's like, I'm looking for a race bike. Oh, but there's a kickstand mount and there's fender mounts and stuff. So
if they had the Tard guard on it or something like that, that's for a Huffy from Walmart or something.
But otherwise, a nicely spec'd bike, a really good, reliable bike.
No, they definitely are. So, all right, guys. Well, if Brandon doesn't have anything else to have, there you have it. Our first head-to-head.
Hopefully it helps.
Yeah, hopefully it does. Between the Marlin 8 and the Excalibur 9. Drop a comment down below and let us know what you think. This is the first time we've done this type of format on the Bike Showcase, and a lot of times we'll get people asking in the comments what's the difference when we're talking about a specific bike. So at that point, hit the like button, the subscribe button, the bell notification icon. Why? Because it helps out this video and the channel, and we need all the help we can get for park passes, gas money, and coffee money. Even though I drink crap Circle K coffee, I still need money for it. It helps out the channel immensely, and we appreciate that support. There's also a link down below to Trek Bicycle Stores of West Phoenix.
Hell yeah.
Follow the link. If you have any questions, ask these guys, call them up and say, hey, it's actually 100 millimeters, not 120. Just joking, guys. So, but seriously, they'd be more than happy to answer any of the questions that you have about these bikes or any of the videos you've seen on Toolbox Topic. And thirdly, we have TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook links down below. I know it's the devil's work, but we need it to get the word out for Get Out Arizona. And you can follow us there and keep up on all the day-to-day. We do group hikes, group rides. We have a lot of fun. I promise you, definitely more entertaining than this. No, I'm joking, guys. This is fun.
It'll be fun.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun. So, all right, guys. On that note, what do we always say at this point? Be kind to yourself and others. Be amazing stewards out on that trail. And we have to ask you, what are you waiting for? Get out, Arizona. We'll see you on that next adventure. Take care, guys. Brandon, we'll see you next week. Yeah, it's all good. Take care.